What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Tonight we are taking a look at a small but mighty knife from TacKnives. Shane over there at TacKnives and TacCom. As you may know, his more premium stuff is the TacCom label. TacKnives are his more budget-oriented stuff and D2 and similar knife steels. But this is his latest design coming out of the TacKnives wood, brand. This is the Benji, named after his son. It is a very small, very, very lightweight. It is a right hand only knife. You do not have any lefty love on this, but this is probably one of the coolest little OTFs, and I do mean little. It is a small guy. Little OTFs that I have dealt with in quite some time. So taking a look at this thing, you have a wicked little Wharncliffe blade here. 2.16 inch blade. A 5.82 overall, only 1.6 ounces. So this thing weighs absolutely nothing. It will disappear in your pocket. This is going to be perfect for my work carry. This is going to be my new work knife. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have been waiting for something like this to come along, and I am very happy that I waited for this one. I've been watching this, updating, getting updates from Shane as it's progressed through the prototyping stages and all of everything. And I mean, this is one that really had me excited. There are 4 different options available. You have the Wharncliffe and the drop point blade shape, and you have both red or blue carbon fiber. So you see the blue represented here. So the price on these things, you're looking at $60. But if you use my code, I have BE.EDC.NC, get you 20% off. So it's going to drop you down to $48 for a D2 OTF from the mind of Shane. And this is his design. This is not, any of those generic run-of-the-mill OTFs that you see in that price range. So this is a really awesome design from him. And I can say I really, really enjoy it. So let's go ahead and jump into some up-close stuff here, and then we'll talk more about the knife in general. So taking a look at the carbon fiber inlay here, so it does stick out just a little bit. That is by design. So that actually gives a little bit of texture on the blade, or excuse me, on the handle. Standard slider here, so the actuation button is done very well though. The jimping is a 90-degree there, so you can see that. Very nicely done there. And then the knurling up on the top does provide texture as well. Really nice jimping overall on this thing. You got it in all the right spots. The jimping on the back here and on the front works very well. Do have a lanyard hole there. Flipping over onto the non-show side, the clip side, you have a standard pocket clip. It is nice and tight. You do have some non-flush screws there. However, they're not really super thick, but if you do have really thick pants, you are going to struggle to get past those screws, so your pocket clip's going to stop about right there. Either way is no big deal. I don't think you're going to make much of a difference on that because of how good that retention is. It's just if you do want this to be extremely recessed, you might want to use it with some thinner pants. For me, basketball shorts, I'm not going to have any issues. You do have some straight knurling there, just a regular milling out. No issues on that. Again, it is only screwed on one side as per usual with a OTF. And then taking a look at our blade here. Again, they'll have that sub 3 inch, just over a 2 inch blade here, stonewashed Wharncliffe with a swedge. You've got the groove there in the blade with the holes just for lightness, helping with that. Blade play, pretty typical for an OTF. Not excessive, but nothing great, but not excessive. So again, very typical for an OTF, especially of this size and price point. Taking a look at the sharpening here. So this does look pretty doggone good. Looks fairly straightforward. Looks like on the heel back here, we might be just slightly off. Yeah, you can see that there. So you got a little more of a grind here on the heel there than you do on this side. But not too shabby. Let's take a look at that tip. Tip looks pretty good. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty close. I'd say that's pretty close to being perfect on that tip. Yeah, no issues there. Plunge grind is behind where the blade's at anyway, so you're not going to have any issues there. Action is great on this thing. I mean, you can see this little thing rockets out of there. But I mean, it's such a small little blade. I wouldn't expect anything less. And then, you know, of course, Shane does make sure that his knives are manufactured to really exacting, you know, tolerances. Again, that jimping right here where you put your finger works really well. Kind of helps lock you in. And then the jimping on the actual slide works really well. You can see, I mean, it's just easy peasy. Just right. I mean, it just barely fits in my hand completely. So it just barely has a 4-finger grip on this one, and I come out right there on the back of the blade. So, you know, if you're doing, you know, precision cuts, draw cuts, whatever, with this thing, it's going to be really easy to get out there onto that swedge and do those cuts. This for a work knife is going to be really nice for me because I'll be able to just get out, do what I need to do, easily get it back in, not have to worry about, I really have to worry about anything. One-handed operation with an OTF is great. That's kind of what made me fall in love with the smaller OTFs anyway. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to talk about on this thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at our screw construction. I believe these are all T6s. Let's see here. Everything looking good. Got just barely wiggles on all the screws. I mean, just barely any wiggle on all the screws. So let's go back and double check all of them. Yeah, pretty much the exact same amount of play on every single screw. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Yeah, I understand why he didn't do the reversible pocket clip. That's not really a problem for me. Again, I'm left-handed, but carrying a knife in my right is second nature for me. With an OTF, it doesn't really, I don't think it's really going to affect many people. You could carry this, honestly, in your left pocket. You would just have to, when you pull it out, you'll just have to rotate it. Or you could carry it in that that back pocket area, however you wanted to carry it. I don't think there would be any real issues there. But, yeah, again, I can see why they didn't want to, you know, booger this side up with a pocket clip. And, you know, with his lanyard design here, couldn't really do an end-mounted pocket clip. So, again, I don't really have any issues there. I guess if I had to nitpick anything, I guess I could say I could do without the lanyard loop. But I know why he put it there. You know, being a smaller OTF, some folks are going to want to have that lanyard as an addition to be able to get it in a larger hand. So, no issues there. Came pretty sharp. Let's see how it feels on the fingernail. Yeah, I don't have any, I'm not catching anything on the fingernail. I only have only paper I have is off camera. So you guys are just going to have to trust it here. I'm just going to do a quick. I mean, it sliced pretty well. It's not the sharpest thing out of the box. But again, you are talking about a very, very, very shallow blade here. It's not tall at all. So that grind, even though it is a thinner blade, that grind is going to be fairly steep. So again, it's not going to be the sliciest thing in the world. But OTFs very rarely are the sliciest thing in the world anyway. These are more for that quick, easy utility cutting / tactical, which this isn't going to be tactical, but, you know, that is where these knives were made, and then we have just adapted them to other modes as far as everyday carry. But this is one that is an absolute winner, and I am very, very proud of Shane for this one. So congratulations, buddy. I hope this knife does very well for you, especially considering its namesake, and, you know, congratulations on yet another stellar design. You guys make sure you check out TacKnives and TacCom. They will be linked below. TacCom has, you know, probably one of the best knives of 2024 and what will be one of the best knives of 2025 and their folders. So the TacCom unnamed button lock is still available. You can still pick those up. Those are linked below in my beacons. And then, of course, you know, the prototype that he has yet to give a name will be released sometime this year, I'm hoping. He is working on final prototyping with it, and that is another stellar design. And then, of course, you know, his OTFs are amazing as well. This is the first one, I think, of his real design that has been in the TacKnives brand. So this is really awesome to see his design work in an extremely affordable package. So anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. As always, please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Take care.